Hello, my name is Ben Hart. I am an American attorney here in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm briefly going to discuss an overview of the immigrant visa and the immigrant visa process with a specific aim upon immigrant visas for the spouses of American citizens. American citizens who wish to petition for immigration benefits for their spouse, specifically in this case we're going to be talking about Thai spouses, but we could be discussing a spouse of any nationality who is not a United States citizen. An American citizen may petition for immigration benefits for that spouse, and the type of immigration benefit that we would be talking about will be either a CR1 visa or an IR1 visa. The differentiation there will be, it's dependent upon the length of the underlying marriage. A quick note here up front. It should be noted that these type of visas are different, although similar to what are known as K3 visas. In a different video, we will be discussing K3 visas. For the purposes of this video, we're specifically talking about immigrant spouse visas. But I will tell you, if you are looking at spouse visas, please feel free, or please take note of this video and the content regarding immigrant visa benefits for spouses, because K3 benefits are very, very unlikely to be of any assistance at the present time to anyone seeking a spouse visa to the United States. So back on point, the IR1 visa versus the CR1 visa. What is the difference? The CR1 visa stands for Conditional Resident Category 1. The IR1 visa stands for Immediate Relative Category 1. When we say Category 1, we're talking about the preference category of the underlying petition. Those married to American citizens get top billing, top rung for preference when being processed through Department of Homeland Security, specifically the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, colloquially referred to as immigration, sometimes called INS, which was their precursor agency. That being said, the CR1 stands for Conditional Resident because these are visas that are issued to spouses of United States citizens when the couple has been married for a duration of less than 2 years at the time of the immigrant spouse's entry to the United States. Prior to the 2-year mark, the couple needs to go ahead and file for what is called lift of conditionality, because basically the 2-year requirement for the marriage, the underlying marriage, is to dissuade people from attempting to use marriages of convenience in order to get immigration benefits for what fundamentally is a sham marriage. So a CR1 visa is issued for a couple who has been married for less than 2 years. An IR1 visa is issued to a couple who's been married for over 2 years. Now, for practical purposes, for immigration benefit purposes, for practical purposes I should say, the CR1 visa and the IR1 visa are going to process almost identically. Again, it's a spouse visa for the spouse of an American citizen. So what's going to happen is the initial petition is going to be filed with Department of Homeland Security, namely USCIS. They're going to make their determination, and assuming approval of that petition occurs, that petition is then going to be sent to the Department of State, who is going to route it through the National Visa Center, at which point said case is going to go ahead and get a case number from which you can use that case number to go ahead and process that case through the United States Embassy. When we're talking Thai cases, the United States Embassy here in Bangkok. It should be noted that immigrant visas are always processed through the United States Embassy in Bangkok. Some other visa categories are processed through the United States Consulate General up in Chiang Mai. A couple of things to note regarding the immigrant visa process is it may or may not be possible to file an immigrant visa petition locally here in Thailand. Some pretty strict residence requirements are required for those filing here in Thailand. Otherwise, you would file one of those cases through the United States, and the case will process through one of the various service centers within the United States. A couple USCIS service centers, I should say. It may be possible, similar to a local filing through the Department of Homeland Security here in Thailand, it may also be possible to effect what's called a direct consular filing, a DCF. A direct consular filing is filed directly with an embassy overseas. It should be noted, Department of State very rarely takes cases through direct consular filings, as some form of serious dire emergency must be shown in order for DOS to take up one of those cases directly. So most of the time you're going to be dealing with USCIS, and then USCIS is going to be sending all that stuff along to the Department of State. Once the Department of State gets a hold of the case, if the case is filed in the United States, we have to deal with what's called the National Visa Center, or NVC. They will be requesting a large number of documents from both the foreign spouse and the American citizen spouse. Assistance with compilation of said documents, translation of said documents may or may not be necessary depending on the situation of the case. And upon NVC signing off that they have received all the necessary documents, they will then go ahead and send it on to the United States Embassy consular section here in Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok will then go ahead and set up a time and date for interview, and the spouse of the U.S. citizen will go in for his or her interview, and upon approval by the consular section here at the embassy, a U.S. visa, specifically an IR1 or a CR1 visa, will be issued. It should be noted, unlike the K1 visa, the IR1 and the CR1 do not require what is called adjustment of status. The person with either one of those visas enters the United States immediately with immigration benefits, immigrant visa benefits specifically. In fact, the stamp that they are stamped in the United States on actually will act as a temporary green card for 1 calendar year, or until such time as an actual green card is issued by USCIS under the Department of Homeland Security in the United States. Thank you.